on Nova 100.
Mother's Day Sunday, great day to celebrate mums.
Big day.
Hats off to the florists as well.
Busy
'cause
weekend.
It's their Super Bowl weekend. It's also an extremely hard time for a lot of people who no longer have their mums.
Mm-hmm.
For us, this will be our first year without my mum, which will be hard. And I've sort of...
Have you thought about it much leading up to Sunday?
No, it was funny. You know, the first time it hit me was on Monday when we started doing our Mother's Day lunch and we're giving it away on the air. And I was like, oh, and it sort of just hit me like a freight train. So, yeah, I'll do something for Mum on the weekend. But I thought this morning it might be cool just to do a little toast to her.
I'd love that.
Now, I know you're hoping for box wine. It's not box
You
wine.
said we were doing a toast with a special drink, and I thought,
Oh, what's this?
I've got the Nescafe Blend 43.
Oh, yes. Screams.
No, wait. And the Splendor tablets.
Oh, the sweetener.
She loved a Splendor, did she?
She'd knock back 6 to 8 cups of these a day
With the sweetener.
with the little sweetener tablets.
Well done,
Put
Mum.
one of those in.
Oh, have we plopped one in mine yet?
No, double dose if you want. And then if Mum couldn't sleep at night, she'd wake up and make an instant coffee.
Really?
I can't imagine why she couldn't
In
sleep.
goes
Jase.
Splendor.
Like, I would never tell someone how to live
So,
their
Jase-
lives. But if you ain't sleeping, do you think going for the night coffee overnight might have something to do with it?
Jason,
You know what? In hindsight, it could.
as we raise a glass of Nescafe,
Yep.
what was your mum's name?
Janet Hawkins.
Jan.
Yeah, good old Jan. As Aussie as you get.
She
good old
was
Jan.
as Aussie as you get. We'd get her on the show sometimes,
Yeah, we would.
and she'd answer the phone and go, Jason, what are
Yep.
you doing? I loved her.
We're not on the radio, are we?
Yeah, she'd always say, how's Lowen? And I'm like, it's Lauren.
But she'd say, we're not on the radio, are we? And you'd go, no, definitely not. And I'd look at you like, you can't lie to your mum.
I'm not stupid, Jason. That's what she'd say.
She was a ripper.
So I've written a couple of words. I put, and this is probably something that's actually only finally hit me, which I really should have realised. Now that I've grown up, finally become an adult and started to act like one, and especially being a parent, I can finally see it. Our mums always have our back. Whew. When I was a chubby little ranger growing up on the mean streets of Brisbane, I remember telling her one day that I dreamed of working on the radio. She told me that I could do anything. From that day, she was my biggest supporter. She'd drive me to radio station outside broadcast to get my chubby little hands on free cans of Coke, and then I would make her listen to my demo tapes that I'd made up on my stereo in my bedroom. When the day finally came and I scored a job at Triple M answering the phones, I'd finish at 10 p.m. at night, and on top of balancing 2 jobs and 4 kids, she was there every night to pick me up. She would have been tired, but she never complained, never made me feel bad. She was just there. She was stubborn, full of drive, and had a wicked sense of humour, which I'm very proud to say I share the same. And it all came from her. Over the years, I'd get frustrated with the amount of times she'd call just to check in, but now I'd do anything just to get one more of those calls to hear the words, Jay, have you sorted your super? They always do that, eh?
They do.
Straight away. I finally realised mums never stop worrying and caring for you. Even as you grow old and leave home, they never leave. So for those of you who are lucky enough to have your mum with you, make sure you take the time to say I love you and thank you. And if you can't, just take a private moment, remember all those moments, and say it anyway. Now, let's grab our cup of Nescafe instant coffee with 2 sweeteners. To Janet Hawkins, happy Mother's Day, everyone out there.
Happy Mother's Day.
Janet.
Oh, that shit coffee. That is terrible.
I don't hate it.
The Splendor makes it a lot better.
She was a ripper, your mum, Jase, and when we all started working together, she wasn't well, and so we actually never got the chance to be face to face with your mum. But we talked to her on the radio a lot. She was a part of our show. She always played along. I mean, she had no choice because half the time you would actually not tell her she was on the radio. But I mean, she did an exceptional job raising you guys, and
Thank you.
and she's left an incredible legacy with you all and your boys now also. And you know, it is funny you say that we take those things for granted, like mum calling and checking in, and you're like,
Oh, yeah. Like,
mum's calling, but when
Which
she
we're all
doesn't.
guilty of it.
Yeah, when she doesn't call anymore, you just wish you could have one more phone call, right?
I was going through like my eulogy notes and stuff last night, and there's a quick little story I told at the funeral. I think I've told you guys before. It was like in the final days when I was going up to Brisbane a lot to see Mum, and it was like some of the final days, and I walked into the room, and I could see her sort of usher me over to the bed, and I leant down, and her speech wasn't great at that point, and she took the oxygen mask off, and I leaned in, waiting to hear what she wanted to say to me, and she said, "Come close." I said, "Yeah, Mum," and she said, "You've put on weight."
Get it, Jan. She never lost her sense of humour, did she? Actually,
bomb.
maybe it was more honesty juice.
Hey,
Also, in that poem, I noticed there's not a lot of change about you.
Mum said never change.
a couple of things. She would be immensely proud of you
Thank you.
Yeah.
and your dad as well. And you said something that sort of sat with me just then because I probably don't do it. I'm guilty of it. I don't tell my mum how much I love her or say thank you. They're the small things. I mean, thank you. They have done and they continue to do so much. And if you're lucky enough to have your
100%.
mum, give her a hug and say thanks.
Yeah. It's better than any bunch of flowers
Yeah.
or maybe not a massage, but,
But also, like you, Jase, this Mother's Day will be really hard for you, being the first Mother's Day without your mum. I know my partner Paul doesn't have his mum, and we've talked about that recently. My sister-in-law lost her mum quite young, and every Mother's Day they raise a glass to Steph's beautiful mum as well. But there's a lot of people that find Mother's Day really hard, and whether it's because they've lost their mum, because they're a grieving parent who has lost their child, whether it's because they're desperate to be a mum and perhaps they can't be. While it is such a beautiful day of celebration, I think it's
keep those
important
people in mind.
for all of us to think of those people and reach out and let them know that you're thinking about those people as well. Because it is an incredible day of celebration. We don't want to make this day a sad day.
No.
Of course, if you've got your mum, celebrate with every part of your being in every way you can. But I think it is really important to acknowledge those mums that have left us, and we'll very much be thinking of them on Sunday as well.
well said, Lauren.
Gonna be a good day. Jason Lauren. Jason Lauren.
Wake up feeling good.
On Nova 100.
Jason Lauren.
Follow them on socials.